Hey everybody, and welcome to Thursday Thermal Takes, where we nose thermally into the most Thursday of business. Today we're going to be talking not about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That was originally going to be the topic, but this new trailer for Pokemon Generation 9 dropped right as I was getting ready to make the JoJo's video, so we're going to shift gears a little bit this week. Pokemon Generation 9 just casually revealed, right as we were all just getting used to all those Generation 4 remakes and in the past games. Not really past games, but games about the past. Though very little is known actually at the moment about Gen 9, we learned about 5 things about these future games that are coming out in 9 months, so gonna kind of try to unpack all of those. But before I unpack and react to it all, be sure to quickly like and subscribe if you haven't already, so that I can afford to keep dishing out these hot takes every week. It really does mean a lot. And without further ado, my new takes on this info, all these takes on this this great Pokemon stuff. We got a trailer. It was about 3 minutes, and with the trailer itself, I wasn't tremendously underwhelmed, but I still thought it was a bit cheesy. For one, it starts with a really kind of odd situation. A security guard at Game Freak, company that makes Pokemon, he finds like a mysterious room kind of with a draft and all that stuff. You see lights as he's approaching this room. It's at night. It's all kind of got those creepy security guard vibes, except a little bit less creepy because this is a kid's game. As he approaches the room, it has like these weird red and violet hues, but it opens kind of underwhelmingly into a giant clutter of a room. Very weird. Like this giant cavern of just crap. All sorts of drafting and design stuff there. From there, it goes into sort of a normal Pokemon trailer and showing off the kind of landscape and all the Pokemon and their natural habitats, all the ambience, and showing us a variety of previously known Pokemon that are going to be in the game itself. The trailer finally ends by going back to the security guard in that mysterious drafting room when he notices on the wall, ta-da, the new starter Pokemon, woo! I think that despite the rather odd cheesiness of the trailer, the real disappointment is that we got so little about this game, really. We got a picture of some starter Pokemon. We got no name for the region itself. We got no information on any of the characters in it. Just kind of an open world layout and a large building that they kept showing in the trailer. And that's probably going to be important, some kind of clock tower type thing. Though we got the new starters, and that was really the piece de resistance of a new Pokemon reveal. Every time they do this with a new generation, the first thing they lead off with, name of the game and the starters. That's all we ever get to know. And it doesn't seem like, well, actually, that's sometimes we get to know more than this. I think that the very few things we know is actually kind of sparse for what I'm used to in terms of new generation reveals. We got Sprigatito or Sprigatito or Sprigatito or I'm going to say Sprigatito. It's the grass type. It appears to be kind of friendly and a kind of an attention-loving kitten. Very, very kind of snivy vibes here. We got the basic green leafy design and color pattern that actually very verdant. It looks really good on the cat. We got Fuecoco, if I'm not just botching that title. This does seem like a somewhat of a tropical region based on what I was reading, so maybe we get some sort of like Caribbean type stuff. But Fuecoco is our fire type. He's very chill and easygoing. He's a croc, tiny little croc, cute little mouth, everything. Yeah, very simple, nuanced, maybe a little bit of nuance in the design. He's got a lot of red and off-white colors, but with hints of yellow, and it kind of comes together in a really interestingly, very appealing way. I'm not usually a big fan of the fire types, but seems like they did a pretty good job with this one. He really seems to kind of resemble an apple, though. The memes have already started sprouting about how he's sus because he's Among Us shaped. And finally, we have the odd kind of, for me at least, the odd one. We have Quaxly, who is our basic light blue and white colored kind of not too strong color. He's a duckling, and he's apparently known to be neat and tidy as well as earnest, which I'm not sure how Pokemon are very earnest. Maybe he's self-tattles. Very kind of that straight A class president archetype. Maybe, I don't know. He honestly kind of reminds me of that Pokemon from Generation 5 that no one remembers, called Ducklet. Kind of reminds me of Ducklet but just with hair. Of these three, I'd probably end up going for the grass cat, and if I'm basing it off of these first forms anyway. The crocodile, though, he seems like he'd be kind of fun. Be an easy second. Could be the kind of situation where, for me, like in Generation 5, actually, going back to... I've been talking a lot about Generation 5, but yeah, with Snivy and with Ducklet and everything. But with Generation 5, I really liked both the grass and the water starter. And I felt underwhelmed by the Tepig, the fire type. I actually ended up using both. I got a game, I traded one of the Pokemon to the other, and I ended up using both starters because they were just that good. And this honestly seems like that kind of situation. Not that Quaxly is terrible, but he just kind of oozes this sort of lame, uninteresting, stereotypical kind of, I don't know, kind of weird vibe. Aside from the oddball name, I like the name Quaxly. I think that's really the most interesting thing about him so far. We're going to get a lot of good Pokemon, though, that we already know about that come back into the game because we can't have another Generation 5. Again, talking about Generation 5, where we have only new Pokemon, no old Pokemon, and no one likes any of the new Pokemon. Not that no one likes new Pokemon, but Generation 5 didn't have a lot of great Pokemon. The Pokemon we know will be returning to this game are kind of promising, especially since we can't necessarily expect all of the Pokemon in existence to make a return in every single game. We're not going to have the National Dex all the time anymore, at least not in the way that we used to. Got some really solid grass types. We got the Lilligant line, Bounsweet, and both the Hoppip and the Flababy lines, which are, in my opinion, as a big grass type fan, all pretty solid. Like, none of my favorites, but some of the better grass types that I can think of. We have some generally pretty accepted water types. I wouldn't say that they're amazing, but we got Psyduck, we got Clauncher and Klotzer, and we've got the ever apparent and ever annoying Wingull that is in the water every single time you go and surf. Him and Tentacool, anyway. I think that Wingull is actually a good sign because if that's really the one I'm complaining about, then not a lot of issues. We have even more excellent flying types, though. We got the Starly line that was shown really well in the beginning of this trailer, or at the beginning of the Pokemon part. We got Drifloon, Drifblim. Those are pretty good. We got Swablu and Altaria. Really underrated Pokemon. I think they're actually pretty good. And then we'll have some fan favorites. We got Pikachu, Meowth. We got Zoro and Zoroark. We got Lucario. Kind of feel like a lot of them have to be in a lot of these games or else people get mad. The rest include some pretty good Pokemon too. We got Chansey in its evolution and pre-evolution. We got Magnemite, the Magnemite line. We got Larvitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar, who Tyranitar has been kind of a maybe unsung fan favorite for a while. We got some pretty other interesting Pokemon. We got Seviper from Generation 3. We got Stonjourner, however you really pronounce that, Stonjourner, from Galar. And we have Combee. I mean, and maybe people like Combee. They're a bit of a pain to evolve, but Combee's cute. Vespiquen is not that bad either. Pretty interesting Pokemon when you try and use it in battles. But overall, we see some quality in the few Pokemon we know of already, which gives me a lot of confidence, especially since this is so early and we know so little. Besides the new starters and returning Pokemon, besides the game title Scarlet and Violet, and the fact that it's open worlds, we know that the trailer says it's going to be released in late 2022, but those are literally all of the things we know at the moment. Likely it's going to release in November, mid-November-ish, just like the last 8 Pokemon games, aside from Legends of Arceus. They all released in November, so I'm assuming November, but I could be wrong. Overall, I think that given how little we know so far, one should be cautiously optimistic about Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, but I think I'll have a better idea, and everyone else will have a better idea, have like a much better idea of how to feel once we learn some of the like 9,000 plus things we don't actually know yet about these games. All we can do is just hope that it's better than Generation 8 in terms of reception, in terms of all the hot, contentious things about it. Hope that it's better than Gen 5, but my opinions on Gen 5, those are for another Thursday Thermal Take. Hopefully you guys like this week's episode. If you have any topics you want to hear my take on, just leave a comment below. Like or dislike the video and hit the subscription button, and ring the bell for notification as well, because that's very important. Also check out my other take comparing Legends of Arceus with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, as well as the tier list where I rank all the Pokemon main series games. See you guys next Thursday.